Hey everybody, how's it going? Stoner Dave here, and I want to take a little break from the electronics and talk a little bit about Detroit Wrecker's latest video. So, in his video, he goes on and, aside from his regular lies about how a major corporation like Google is out to get him, he makes some claims about various other things, He talks about how the guitar community has become toxic, filled with these wannabe guitar players who've never played live, never played in a band, never recorded. And I've noticed this guitar community that he talks of, it's not very many members in this guitar community. It consists of him, Elmo B, Wally in the Box, and a small handful of a few of his friends that he's met on YouTube. So, the guitar community consists of these wannabe guitar players who've never played live, never recorded, never been in a band, and never did really any of the thing that a successful guitar player would be doing. And I've noticed that he's basically describing himself as this toxic guitar community member. I'm happy that he's willing to admit to his deficiencies, but the other thing is, he's got this friend, the guitologist. I don't know, it seems more like the proctologist, but that's not my area to determine what he's doing. But anyway, this guy made a video and somebody made a comment that upset him so much. He's wanting to leave YouTube. And because he's wanting to leave YouTube, Detroit Wrecker says he also wants to leave YouTube. Now, YouTube, it's not an airport, you don't have to you don't have to announce your departure. It's just YouTube, right? If you don't want people to make comments, disable the comments, right? You can fucking make your comment, you can make your content and everything, and no comments just means that, hey, nobody can say how they feel about what you're doing, right? That's really what happens. But these guys, they are like, oh, our free speech is being threatened. Yeah, it's a threat to their free speech. Allowing other people to speak their minds is a threat to their free speech. Think about that for half a second, right? Somebody said something in the comment section and it hurt his feelings. And now he feels his free speech is being threatened. In what world does that make a lick of sense, right? And honestly, it doesn't. It doesn't make any fucking sense whatsoever. So I don't make any errors here. I'm going to look up the First Amendment and read it to you. First Amendment is the amendment that gives us our freedom of speech. All right, so let's see. All right. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, or the right of the people peaceably to assemble, and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. Now, they are right about something. This amendment is currently being put completely under fire, right? This amendment is being undercut by so many things, right? First of all, the state of Louisiana is requiring public schools to keep the 10 Commandments visible in the classroom. That's an establishment of religion, right? That's an establishment of religion. No laws can be made regarding the establishment of a religion for the state. State has no say in anybody's ability to practice any fucking religion. Right? That's a violation. Free exercise of speech. Right now, there are shit tons of protests going on. And for the most part, they're all peaceable. Right? But these people who are assembling peacefully are being arrested and taken away. In fact, a senator was arrested just the other day for asking a question at a forum or some town hall. Senator, lawmaker for the area, representative of the people of the area, arrested for asking questions. That's a violation of free speech. The press, right? Donald Trump has prohibited NPR and I forget the other one. I don't think it was CNN, but he's prohibited those press people from attending his speeches and his announcements. He doesn't want to answer their questions. Violation of the freedom of the press. And like I said, these people who are peaceably assembling, they're being arrested as we speak. I mean, the First Amendment is being stripped down to nothing. And you're upset because somebody said something in your comment section. Somebody exercised their freedom of speech on the YouTube platform and it upset you. You know what? Google allows you to disable comments for a reason. If you've got something that is going to upset people and you don't want to hear the backlash of what you're doing, you can disable the comments. And then somebody would have to go through the effort to make a video to address whatever it is that they're upset about. And I didn't watch the video, but I did look at the title. He made a video, it's called banging a tranny with a huge bulge with something hard. And, you know, I don't have to watch the video. I don't really care about the video, but all I can say is, you know, whatever you do in the privacy of your own bedroom is your own business. As long as it's with a consenting adult, I don't give a fuck, right? So he can bang all the trannies he wants. That's his right as an American citizen. But if somebody is upset by something that you say or do, that's no reason for you to get upset that they're upset, right? Get on with your fucking life. Be a fucking adult about it. In the words of several people, fucking grow a pair and shut the fuck up, right? In any case, Detroit Record is saying, oh, because this person is leaving. And this is the person who taught him everything he knows about building amplifiers. So I guess he must have taught him how to read, because Detroit Record can't build an amplifier without an instruction guide. He doesn't know how these things work enough to be able to sit down and build it from scratch, right? He'll claim that he did because he said, oh, I fucking put the turrets in the board myself. And it's like, dude, how did you decide where to put the turrets? And, well, the instructions said to, and exactly, right? The instructions told him everything to do. He didn't fucking make a single decision about it. So he didn't really build the amps. He just assembled them according to the instructions that he got from either their website or from buying the kit. You can see it on his videos about his Sorayatone Chupacabra amp, where every video he's got the fucking instruction manual right above the fucking board. Like, if you're going to try to claim that you built this thing, at least be convincing enough that you don't have the instruction manual visible in every fucking video, right? I mean, fuck. But anyways, that's really all there is about that, right? I mean, he's claiming that his monetization was taken away because apparently, he says his COVID video, which it's still up on his channel. I don't know if you've seen it, but if you go back through the history, that COVID video is still up on his channel. It's never taken down, even though he says it was. I went through and looked through his videos, and there it is right there. You know, it's plain as fucking day. But anyways, right? His monetization wasn't taken away because of any video that he made. See, in the beginning of YouTube, way back when they first started doing monetization, all you had to do to monetize your account was click a button. You click a button, say, I want to monetize my account. You fill out a little questionnaire, and they get where they need to send their money to, and that's it. Right? You get enough views, you'll get fucking money. And there were some people that have a lot of content out there that fucking, this was a great opportunity for them, you know? Because they made great content, and the monetization encouraged them to make even better content. And these are the people that, when the need for the monetization changed, right? Because they did little incremental steps, right? So, first of all, they said, you need 1,000 subscribers. All right, no big deal, right? You can see Detroit Wrecker has a video up on his channel when he hit that 1,000 subscriber mark. He thought he was pretty clever getting there, and he was able to get his monetization back at that point. And shortly after that, they made another need for monetization. Not only did you have to have 1,000 subscribers, but you had to have, like, I think it's 4,000 hours of watch time or 5,000 plus. Now they've got the shorts. You have to have so many shorts with so much watch time on those as well. And Detroit Wrecker just couldn't get that watch time. Now, he said that you can see when they took his monetization away and when he changed his attitude by the number of views that he has, and that you can see exactly when, because the number of views just drops off. And you look at his channel, he's got a pretty consistent vibe of his videos getting about 100, 120 views all the way back to the beginning of his account. Yeah, he's got a few that have some big numbers on it. Like he's got some videos that he stole from Zach Wilde. He's got some videos that he stole of Beavis and Butthead. He's got quite a few videos of different interviews that he stole from other channels that have a good number of views. This is typical what happens, you know. You still steal content from people who have good numbers of views and subscribers, and people look for those videos and they see them on your channel, and you end up getting a lot of views. It's not rocket science, right? Well, anyways, now he's saying that, you know, he's trying to make up this whole story about AdSense and Google kind of bickering back and forth about who's saying what about him being able to monetize his account. And it's painfully obvious. The only reason he's not monetized is because he's not reaching the fucking requirements for monetization. I mean, look, let me get his channel pulled up here real quick. Give me a minute. All right, go videos. All right, so I'm going through here from the latest to the oldest, right? So 2 days ago, 36 views. 4 weeks ago, 92 views. A month ago, 121 views. A month ago, 92 views. 94 views 2 months ago. 2 months ago, 26 views. 3 months ago, 97 views. 3 months ago, 98 views. 4 months ago, 83 views. 4 months ago, 107 views. 4 months ago, 451 views. 4 months ago, 305 views. 5 months ago, 1.3 thousand views. 5 months ago, 105 views. 5 months ago, 101 views. 5 months ago, 97 views. 5 months ago, 620 views. 5 months ago, 111 views. 5 months ago, 64 views. 5 months ago, 77 views. 6 months ago, 1.1 thousand views. 6 months ago, 74 views. 6 months ago, 78 views. 6 months ago, 1.9 thousand views. 6 months ago, 131 views. 7 months ago, 551 views. 7 months ago, 94 views. 8 months ago, 124 views. 8 months ago, 68 views. 9 months ago, 48 views. 9 months ago, 98 views. 10 months ago, 90 views. 10 months ago, 59 views. 11 months ago, 100 views. 11 months ago, 144 views. 1 year ago, 134 views. 1 year ago, 114 views. 1 year ago, 93 views. 1 year ago, 116 views. 1 year ago, 73 views. 1 year ago, 611 views. 1 year ago, 611 views. 1 year ago, 101 views. 1 year ago, 54 views. 1 year ago, 101 views. 1 year ago, 73 views. 1 year ago, 37 views. 1 year ago, 46 views. 1 year ago, 95 views. 1 year ago, 243 views. 1 year ago, 144 views. 1 year ago, 78 views. 1 year ago, 95 views. And I'm going to stop saying the time because it's getting long. 131, 55, 73, 86, 253, 76, 315, 106, 35, 210, 97, 28, 153 views, 221 views, 115 views, 129 views, 618 views, 134 views, 187 views, 38 views, 5.9 thousand views. That's 2 years ago. All right, the other ones were all from 1 year ago. At this point in time, they all go by how many years it's been because it's been longer than a year. So bear with me, right? Let's see here. 745 views, 108 views, 186 views, 87 views, 1.1 thousand views, 199 views, 150 views, 147 views, 162 views, 347 views, 83 views, 720 views, 81 views, 73 views, 127 views, 520 views, 197 views, 114 views, 616 views, 111 views, 135 views, 98 views, 96 views, 132 views, 81 views, 119 views, 136 views, 176 views, 381 views, 131 views, 1,000 views, 98 views, 145 views, 440 views, and this is 3 years now. Sorry, it went to 3 years ago back at the 381 views that I mentioned earlier. But anyways, 440 views, already did that one. 119 views, 101 views, 160 views, 115 views, 118 views, 277 views, 64 views, 95 views, 77 views, 68 views, 94 views, 100 views, 146 views, 71 views, 87 views, 117 views, 135 views, 70 views, 145 views, 80 views, 68 views, 118 views, 1.1 thousand views. That's 4 years ago. 141 views, 122 views, 73 views, 66 views, 113 views, 101 views, 74 views, 70 views, 169 views, 92 views, 116 views, 99 views, 124 views, 42 views, 86 views, 51 views, 78 views, 116 views, 155 views, 256 views, 278 views, 66 views, 205 views, 95 views, 4.5 thousand views, 106 views, 818 views, 101 views, 1.3 thousand views, 94 views, 100 views, 170 views, 132 views, 104 views, 356 views, 156 views, 145 views, 101 views, 182 views, 139 views, 126 views, 103 views, 115 views, 78 views, 200 views, 447 views, 189 views, 79 views, 1.8 thousand views. And that's on a video that he stole. Most of the ones that have high levels of views are actually videos that he had stolen from other channels. This particular one with 1.8K, that's a video of Kelly Rhodes bitter over being remembered as Randy's brother. But anyways, 101 views, 1.7K. This is him with his GM Hexbucker review, the one where he's playing like shit. 71 views, 84 views, 123 views. That's 4 years ago, his 1,000 subscriber mediocre giveaway. 123 views. 1,000 subscribers though. All right, 125 views. 919 views. That's 4 years ago as well. 87 views. 126 views. 135 views. 118 views. 105 views. 149 views. 139 views. 232 views. 2.6 thousand views. And that's a video where he's talking about incredible luck some people have. 1996, 4 wins, 238 Vista. Looks like some kind of a boat motor. I'm not quite sure. Just looking at the thumbnail there. 146 views 5 years ago. 4.8 thousand views. 171 views. 1.3 thousand views. This is Zach Wilde, Pride and Glory in the summer of 1992. Again, video stolen from somebody else. 14,000 views. Another Pride and Glory, Zach Wilde, July of 1992 video. Everything that he has that has any number of significant views is stolen. If he was monetized, those two videos wouldn't qualify for a paycheck. 5 years ago again, still, 177 views, 122 views, 249 views, 102 views, 203 views, 145 views, 206 views, 79 views, 179 views. This is the video that he was talking about that he said was taken down. Still up right there 5 years ago. 178 views, 594 views, 121 views, 178 views, 2.4 thousand views. And that's 5 years ago. If he was monetized, that one would be the one that would be able to get him some kind of a check. But it's only 2.4 thousand views, which is only, I don't even know. Let me see. Open up another page here. So they pay 0.025 cents per view. So let me get my calculator here. Oh, it says my battery is low. I better charge that. Okay. 0.0025 times. What is the number of views on that? 400. $6. That would be worth $6 right there. Okay, great, right? Anyways, 117 views 5 years ago, 130 views, 331 views, 187 views, 131 views, 141 views, 222 views, 183 views, 151 views, 81 views 5 years ago. Wow. 107 views, 201 views, 459 views, 108 views, 608 views, 176 views, 833 views, 93 views, 126 views, 152, 258, 219, 149, 217, 340, 208 views, 173 views, 163 views, 234 views, 147 views, 178 views, and this is at 6 years now. 1.7 thousand views 6 years ago. 150 views. 1.3 thousand views. Neat. I didn't even see this one, I don't think. Or, no, I have. Yeah, it's funny. It's one where he's talking about this unknown fucking bias knob that was on his amplifier. It's really funny if you know anything about amplifiers, but anyways. I digress. 116 views 6 years ago, 912 views, 644 views, 118 views, 349 views, 462 views, 4.6 thousand views. Yeah, it's one of his Friday videos, so. But 4.6 thousand views. Let's see what we got here. 0.0025 times 400. $11.50 he would have gotten paid from that video. So as you can see, and the list goes on and on. There's a lot of videos to go through here, but frankly, as you go through this list and you look at these videos, he's averaging about 150 views per video. Yeah, not too shabby, I suppose. I mean, who am I to say, right? I mean, I've got like 50 subscribers and I'm getting like 60 views per video, which brings something to my mind, right? Here he is with these videos, and he talks about getting $100 a month from his views. His views, which he's got videos of Ozzy Osbourne, right? Definitely not his videos, right? It's stolen from other channels. Most of his views that he has are from videos that are stolen from other channels. So he couldn't possibly get paid for those videos. YouTube would never do that. They would say, oh, these views actually belong to the other channel. So either they don't get counted or they get counted towards the other person. Let's see here. We're 7 years ago. God damn. 63 views over 72 views, 79 views, 70 views. I get it. You know, this is the beginning of his channel, right? Or this is when he started the new channel. He actually had another channel, but through sheer disavowing of the rules of your channel, his channel was closed. And I know what it's like to have a channel shut down on you. I had a channel that during a fight with this guy named Durzex, he reported me for copyright violations. And of course, because there were so many reports of these copyright violations, YouTube just closed my account. And rather than fight it and get my account reopened, I just started a new one. And I'm not saying that that's what he did, but he probably realized he couldn't win. So rather than try to fight it, he just started the new account. In either case, right? It is what it is. He's never been able to get views that would generate checks. All of these videos together might have enough for him to get a couple hundred. But he was saying, oh, I was getting $100 a month. And it's like, bull fucking shit. Bull fucking shit, dude. I fucking have a calculator. The amount that YouTube will pay you per view is pretty open book, right? And it should be noted, YouTube loves the channels that are monetized. They monitor them, and they are scrutinized more than your typical channel that's not monetized, like mine and this one and several others, but they aren't as strict as some of these people would like you to believe, right? Yeah, you can't fucking post nudity. If you post nudity, it'll get reported and you'll get shut down. Now, these guys, they think that because they're not getting checks, it's a conspiracy from YouTube to keep all the money to themselves. It should be noted, right? When YouTube monetizes your account and sends you a check, YouTube makes way more money from your videos than they're paying you for your video. The advertising revenue is immense. That's why YouTube offers the ability for you to create your channel and put your videos up free of charge. Yeah, they could charge a service fee for this shit, but they don't. And the reason why they don't, they make so much money off of these videos. Even videos from me. My pathetic channel with, hold on, let me pull up my channel here real quick. And yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. My channel is exceptionally pathetic. Here we go. Let me go to my videos. We'll start at the newest one here. 18 views, 67 views, 53 views, 26 views, 98 views, 26 views, 70 views, 62 views, 24 views, 57 views, 60 views, 48 views, 56 views, 60, 63, 55, 34, 58, 18, 64, 10, 26, 42, 68, 670, wow, 59, 26, 48, 33, 15, 17, 21, 44, 85, 23, 39, 410, 380, 46, 101, 88, 62, 64, 45, 31, 16, 32, 25, 35, 47, 29, 49. This is like 2 years ago. 32, 116, 34, 31, 43, 77, 59, 132, 102, 37, 14, 23, 70, 45, 80, and this is 3 fucking years ago. 90, 17, 55, 45, 37, 52, 33, 98, 29, 117, and at long last, the first video I put up, 534 views. Now, I have a lot less videos than Detroit Wrecker, and I have a lot less subscribers than him. Yet, if we take out the videos that have high views, the anomalies, you might say, me and Detroit Wrecker average about the same number of views on our channel. I have 50, I think 53 subscribers, right? Where does it say? 51 subscribers. I have 51 subscribers. And I managed to get an average of about 60 views per video. Taking out the anomalies where I got a few hundred here and there, right? Those don't happen most of the time. Typically, I get 67, 50, somewhere around there. And Detroit Wrecker, you take out his anomalous views. Anomalous? Yeah, that's the right word. Yeah. Take out his anomalous views. I know it sounds like it's a made up word, but all words are made up. So you take out the anomalies and you're left with an average of about 100 views, give or take, right? So the question is, how does somebody with, I have 51, he's got 2.51 thousand, so let's see. Divided by 51. He has approximately 50 times as many subscribers as me. And he's managing to get approximately double my views. That doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. He should be having at least 50 times my views, right? So if I have a video that's making 50 views, he should be making 2.5 thousand views for that video compared to my video. But what's he getting? Let's take a look and see here. 92. So this quick. All right, he's getting about 100 views, average, right? And I'm getting approximately 60 views on average. So he's getting about 1.7 views for every view that I get. 50 times the subscribers, 1.7 times the views. Right there, right? Right there tells you everything you need to know about what he's putting up. Because I have no subscribers. And you just look at what he's putting out and what he's trying to say and everything, and it just smells like bullshit. I mean, the reek of bullshit is so fucking strong with that guy. All right? Now, like I said, the comments section isn't the place where you see whether or not the free flow of information is flowing, right? Comment section is just a matter of the people who are watching it expressing their opinions. Now, the big thing that they're saying is that, the comments just disappear into space. But the reality is that if somebody says something that's deemed offensive or could possibly be offensive, it'll go into your held for review section of your YouTube studio. And if you've been on YouTube studio, then if you've been on YouTube and you've ever put up a video, you know that when you load up your video, it goes through the YouTube studio and you're able to do some small editing and shit like that. It's not too shabby. It's a real easy setup. Makes it real easy for you to load up your videos and get things going. What he's experiencing is that somebody says something offensive and it goes into his held and he doesn't check that. Now, it's only held for 60 days. If it's held for 60 days and you haven't gone through and said, oh, hey, I approve this, it disappears. It even has a disclaimer on there that says comments are held here for 60 days. It's right there. It says comments are held here for 60 days. And if you don't say something about it in 60 days, that's like 2 fucking months, right? Plenty of time for you to check. I mean, I check mine pretty much daily, right? Of course, I don't have activity on my account, so most of the time there's nothing there. But I don't want to be the guy that doesn't check it and has to deal with these ignorant fucks saying, oh, you deleted my comment. Because they tried that before. It was, God, it was a while back. This guy, Nihilist, what's his face? I mean, it doesn't matter. But he was, he posted a comment on my video. And after he posted it, he goes back and comments on Detroit Records channel, one of his videos, and says, this is the comment that I posted over there. And he deleted it right away. And of course, I seen it. I'm like, I didn't delete your comment. It's up right now. Go ahead and look, right? And he's like, no, I looked, it was deleted. I was like, That's how they found out that I have my videos set to approve all, right? I have to review every comment that comes through my channel. Otherwise, it doesn't show up. Now, to tell you the level of stupidity these people have, this guy, Wally in the Box, he made a video directed towards me, and he says, we all know that you censor your comments, and I would never do that. I wouldn't censor the comments. I was like, dude, you don't understand what held for review means, right? Because this Wally in the Box guy has me blocked, which means that I can't comment on his channel at all. I post a comment on there, I'm the only one who can see that comment on there. Nobody else will see it. So, I'm not censoring my comments. I've set it up in such a way that by having it where I have to review the comment before it appears, I have to look at every comment that comes in. And I've made it in such a way that people can comment on there and I can read their comment, and if they just leave a little note, don't share this, I can keep that comment private so that only me and the commenter knows what was said. It's kind of a nice little feature considering the people that I'm dealing with on here, you know what I mean? Because, let's face it, somebody, let's say, I don't know, let's make up a name, let's say, Jack Smith, right? Let's say Jack Smith. He's been on Detroit Records channel, and for the most part he enjoys the content, but there's a few things that he said that he just disagrees with, and while he still appreciates the content that he puts up that is worthwhile and valid, which is few and far between, the things that he is upset by upset him, right? And he wants to tell me about these things so that maybe I can address them. And I'm like, okay, cool. So he makes a comment to my channel, and he says, keep it private. I mean, I've made the statement in several of my videos in the past, you know, that if there's something that you want to tell me that you don't want anybody to see, do it in my comment section and I'll keep it private. just tell me you want it to be kept private. It's been great. There are several comments that have been made on my channel that have asked me to keep it private, and I have. You never see those comments because I kept them private. It's the nice thing about that feature. But the thing is, I have to see every comment. And if there's a comment that YouTube or Google says, hey, this might be a little offensive, there'll be a little disclaimer there saying, hey, this might be a little offensive. And I'll click on it, view it, and 9 out of 10 times I'll just go ahead and approve it, right? So go ahead and open up the studio for YouTube. So it's pretty easy. You know, you go into the community tab and okay, your post. I don't know what that. Okay, well, okay. All right, there's videos that are comments that I haven't responded to. There's 2 of them I didn't respond to, just approved them. Okay, and go to published and go to held, apply, and no comments found. That just means nobody's commented on my channel. Not since the last time I checked, which didn't have any comments either. But if somebody says something that YouTube might find offensive, it'll have a little thing that says, maybe offensive, blah, blah, blah. Click it, shows the comment, bada bing, bada boom. That's it. What's this customization? Banner image, picture, name, handle. Oh, I can add pronouns. Neat. Let's see, copyright. Channel copyright. Removal request. Nothing to see yet. New removal request. Videos requested for removal. Oh wow, there's a whole thing here that how to request somebody's video be removed. Neat. Not concerned, but it's neat. So what Detroit Wrecker may have seen in the past is somebody may have put something like this in for his video. And what will happen if somebody puts in one of these requests is your video will get taken down. As soon as the request gets put through, it registers, they are able to, they take down the video. And it could be down for a few hours, a few minutes, a few days. But as soon as somebody reviews it for the validity, it'll either stay down or be put back up. And in his case, it looks like if what he was claiming about the video being taken down in the first place was true, which I strongly doubt it. The guy fucking is a compulsive liar. But if what he's saying is true, that probably what happened is somebody submitted something like this and requested that the video be removed, and then they reviewed it and said, there's nothing here to remove. Put it back up. That's why his video's up there. You know, he's just not smart enough to realize that. But anyways. Close that out. Audio library. They have an audio library? Oh shit, I didn't know that. All right. What is this shit? Cool. I might use this sometime. A little bit of music to go along with stuff. Neat. Neat stuff, you know. It is what it is, though. It's just what do they call it? Free use music or public domain. the dashboard. You can see how your shit's doing. Let's see. That's pretty much it for the studio dashboard here. It's nothing major. It's just the way that they do it, right? So, yeah. It is what it is, right? I mean, Detroit Records is not going to change who he is. He's a compulsive liar with visions of or delusions of grandeur, you know. He talks about being in a band, and he's never been in a band. He talks about recording music, and he's never even been inside of a recording studio. He talks about going to rehearsal studios, and he's never done that either. Talks about playing shows. He's never done that. Look, I'll show you his playing abilities, right? Let's see here. Let's see if we do his devil now. Let's do the one where he's going all out. Because he only has a few videos of him actually playing guitar. It's kind of pathetic that he calls himself a member of a guitar community when this is all he's got for him playing guitar. Here it is.
I want to tell you something. Phil, he looks at Dennis and says, Dennis, well, can your vacation be like, get that dude back in 48 hours?
So there's your first little sample of him playing, right? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up my music and I'm going to get out the actual song here. One moment. All right. So here we go.
So because of where I'm at, I don't really have anything to compare it to. This is my clean sound, by the way, so I'm not going to go over all the, position 1, position 5, position 4, but I will show you with just a single coil on. So that's kind of like my clean sound. Now this is just a practice amp too, so it's not like you're getting a full review of what my sound is, but so I've had some time to.
So right there, he's making an excuse, right? Everything you've heard me ever play has been through a 15-watt practice amp. Now, I do have a 100-watt Marshall tube amp right over here. I just don't use it. It's too fucking loud for this place, But the thing you should understand is if you're a guitar player and if you think you're a guitar player, if you want to be a guitar player, if you've ever played a guitar, the very first thing that you played through was a 15-watt practice amp. guarantee you, nobody goes out and says, "Oh, I'm gonna start learning how to play guitar. Let me go get a $2,000 fucking 100-watt fucking tube amp," right? You don't even say, "Let me go out and get a $600 100-watt solid state amp." You say, "I'm just learning how to play. Let me start with something small. Let me work myself up." And everybody does that because it's the smart thing to do. You don't go out and buy the biggest and best amplifier on the market when you don't even know if you like doing it, right? You just started, you got your first electric guitar, you got your first practice amp, and it was probably a really cheap guitar, which all of his guitars are really fucking cheap. I mean, he's got like 2 Devlin Les Paul style guitars, and God, it reminds me, right? One time he said, "Oh, if you should have bought the Gibson Les Paul. It's gonna go up in value, whereas the Epiphone one is going to go down in value." Meanwhile, my Epiphone Les Paul is currently got a street value of approximately $1,000. Not a lot, right? But on the market for a Epiphone, it's pretty big. And the reason why? Well, they don't make them anymore, right? The Zakk Wylde Les Pauls are no longer made. Now, if you've got the Gibson one, which was some $2,300 at the time, then, you know, it's probably gained a bit more value than mine. However, mine started out at $700 when I got it, and it's valued over $1,000. And that value just keeps going up. Rarity increases value. Sorry, folks, it does. But his Devlins, they're only valued at about $150 to $200. And I will bet when he bought his, it was about $150, $200. Devlin's been out of business for quite some time now, and there is no indication that they will ever increase in value. So perhaps he should have bought the Epiphone instead of the Devlin. But I digress. Let's listen to him butcher this song.
Play around with it, and I also went ahead and wired this one for split coil just because I already had a switch there for the old pickup that sent the old pickup into like I don't know, Cappy from Boston. If you see this video, tell the guys what this switch did. I don't know if it was a what was it, series parallel or what that switch did in the original pickup. So this is single coil mode. Let me turn it up just a little bit. I don't know how well you guys can hear it. Hopefully it's alright. I mean, it's obviously.
Let's turn it down a little bit.
Fuck that one up.
No shit. Fuck that one up too.
That's single coil mode.
Now, I'm playing the real song behind it. So as you can see, his timing is so far off, and that little rolling that he was doing there, the little, he was just going from fourth second to open, fourth second to open. And you could hear that in the real song, they were doing something much more complex. So why do you suppose he's playing it so wrong, right? Because he plays the same thing again and again and again. No variation or anything to it. Whereas you can hear there's a little bit of improvisation for each phrase that they go through it. Well, the reason why, he learned it from some free tabs that he got off of the internet. So, free tabs off the internet, while they may sound close, they're not legit. They're always off. It's because this is the way somebody played it by ear, and they wrote it out and put it up there so other people would be able to learn how to play it the way they play it, right? And it's close enough that you can say, oh, hey, he's trying to play Tesla's Love Song. But this is also the video at which made me kind of be a little bit less than friendly towards Mr. Wrecker. See, first, let's read a few of the comments before we get to mine. Unless he removed it, he might have blocked me again. So we'll see, because this one is the one that I commented on. Okay, so first of all, it's the Cappy 781 made a comment, said series parallel and split. That's what the stock switch does. But I also just use them to split the coil. I don't need that other shit. Those old focus Kramers are killer, especially for the money. Yep, that's it. So since the switch was there, I wired it up for a split coil, since all his pickups come 4-wire split. Thanks, Cap. And then Bivotar Shamble says, keep practicing, man. You'll get it. To which he says, this is an old video. I'm not sure what I was doing, but I'm still picking and grinning. And the video is some 4 years old, I think. Yeah, 4 years. So that's how he was able to play 4 years ago. And I don't know. I don't see much of an improvement. But then you got Zoso 981 2 years ago. So it sounds really, really thin. Maybe it's on my end, but damn. It was the camera I was using. David Stargle. I think they sound good. Love that guitar and the rendition of Tesla Love Song. That's a hard one to get right. I like the bridge humbucker. Little too bright for me, but sounds great. GM stuff is awesome. Okay, so I'm not going to say whether or not Tesla's Love Song is a hard song to play. I don't know how to fucking play it, right? But the thing is, right? So back when the video was new, I made a comment about 4 years ago. I said, what about the fabled dodecahedron bucker? Because it's called a hex bucker. Dodecahedron is another shape. So I was making a little bit of joke. Then I said, only thing I recognize from your playing is the little Tesla bit. Your mic must be being overloaded. Either that or you have never played a guitar before, which that Tesla demo shows you've played some. So try lowering your volume a bit for your videos. Overloaded mics never sound good. He says, I took all my lessons from you when you had your other channel. And I just said, haha, keep practicing. And he says, remember when you used to try to convince us that you were a touring musician? I've never tried to convince him of anything. I even said, no, I'm not a musician at all. Are you on drugs? He says, although I do know some musicians who tour, I'm not a musician. I'm more of an undiscovered comedian. Although I do occasionally sing in the shower or karaoke. He says, what about your video lessons and what you used to tell us about yourself? Unlike yourself, I do not use drugs. And unlike him, I've never told him anything about myself, right? Not once have I gone on and said, hey man, Detroit Record, guess what? I'm doing this, that, and the other thing. And I even told him, I said, if you plan on being a musician, you better learn to accept criticism better than that. All I was saying is that your input is being overloaded, so your sound is garbled. I also said you clearly can play better than this audio portrays. Perhaps if you weren't so busy being upset because my different political views, you would consider the criticism as a way to get better sound from your videos. But you know, whatever. I mean, there's a chance you've been practicing that Tesla song for years now, and you really are that bad. I don't know. This is the first time I've heard you play. And then I said, lessons. I mean, I may make a video to roll a joint, but I don't consider myself that particularly skilled compared to vids that I've seen. You sure about the drugs? Then I started asking him questions about this supposed band I claimed to be in. I said, what was my band name? Was it Satanic Inversion Agenda? I don't do drugs. I just smoke weed. This is me. And then I was like, ooh, tell me more about the lessons. And I put a bunch of emojis there. I mean, what was I trying to teach? Maybe baking. I know my way around the kitchen. Or maybe bong construction. I once made an electric gravity bong out of 2 5-gallon bottles and a pump from a fish tank and an old water valve. That thing worked quite well. Then I said, what did I tell you about myself? Did I say I was rich? Did I say I was poor, gay, trans, straight? Some combination of the three? Ooh, the suspense is killing me. And I put a bunch of emojis with, let's see, it looks like little starry-eyed emojis and little cats with some kind of a thing going on. I don't fucking know. Then I was like, aren't you going to tell me about my lessons? Kind of rude to leave me hanging like that. Almost like Satanic Inversion. And I said, still waiting, brah. Next, play Wonderwall. I said, are you off your meds? So offended by your poor sound quality. If I was a guitar player, I would try to make videos have some level of sound quality. The clean sound, I could tell you were trying to play the love song by Tesla. I'm sure you will get it down sooner or later. Keep practicing. But as soon as you start the distortion, everything sounds the same. Sounds like farts with reverb. I imagine you've been playing guitar for 6 months? You play quite well for a beginner. I'm sure we will hear great things from you in years to come. You will eventually become an even bigger name in guitar than Rupert Humperdinck. Then I have another comment there. It says, you may want to adjust your mic settings for the overdriven sound. It's all just noise on this end. Keep practicing. I hear those are some tough chords. And those are earlier comments that I made. You know, trying to be nice, right? Trying to show, hey man, keep working at it, man. You'll get there eventually. But he can't take criticism. That's a surefire sign that he is not a musician. If you can't take criticism, you can't be a musician. It just is never going to work for you. And I can tell you, because my first experience out of college, I did an internship at a music recording studio. And the sound engineers are the harshest critics in all of guitar. They do not re-mic you or re-amp you. They do not fucking take your sound and say, oh, we're just going to change this up without telling you so we can get the sound that we want. No, they don't do that. What they will do, though, is they will tell you that you need to change this, that, and the other thing. Your pitch is off, your tone is off. They will adjust shit, and they will tell you to your face you have to do it better. If you play it one way and then the next time you play it, let's say you're doing a bend and you bend it too far. As soon as you do that over bend, they'll say, cut. And you'll be in the middle of playing. You'll be like, what the fuck? Right? They say, you overbent. Back, start over. And musicians get pissed off about that shit. They really do. They get fucking really pissed off. But it's what needs to be done to make sure that you get the best sound quality. Because every recording that you've ever heard, it's not one guitar player playing the song one time. It's not two guitar players playing the song one time. It is each and every member of that band playing several. He made a mention about Randy Rhoads, right? When Randy played, he'd play 3 tracks, one on the left, one on the right, one on the center. And he acted like Randy was the only musician that ever did that. Fun fact, every fucking album that you've ever fucking heard in the history of fucking music is done that exact same way. Randy wasn't unique in playing one track on the left, one track on the right, and one track in the center. As a matter of fact, Randy didn't do one track on the left, one track on the right, one track on the center. He did 3 tracks on the left, 3 tracks on the right, and 3 tracks in the center. What made Randy unique, and everybody does that. Every fucking buddy does that. What made Randy unique wasn't that he could do that. It was that he could do it with 3 takes on each one. He didn't have to go back and start over again and over again. And anytime that he made a mistake, the producer didn't have to stop and say, wait, start over. Randy would say, well, I fucked up. Let's start over. That's a big difference compared to most other recordings. It's just the way it is, man. You can't get the sounds that you hear on an album with just one guitar playing one track. You can get close, right? I've heard people do it and get really close. Usually they'll have their sound split through some kind of a stereo chorus pedal or something like that. Really expands and opens up the sound. But that's why when you listen to a band live, they always sound different than they sound on the album. Because on the album, you're hearing them play this track multiple times, layered on top of each other. They don't just record it once and say, perfect. That's ridiculous. And they don't play the song just straight through, right? They'll play sections of the song, the intro, each section, and get it to perfection. And they blend them together so that they get all the best takes going seamlessly into one song. See, if Detroit Record ever been in a recording studio, he would know that. And he wouldn't say the stupid shit he says about the recording studio that he says. Like, oh yeah, the producer will reamp you. No, that's stupid. You can't reamp somebody. Look at the way they record, right? You fucking plug into your amplifier and you put a microphone in front of the speaker. That's the way it's been done. That's the way it's still done by most places, right? If you're recording guitars. They do have the option, right? There are some that you can plug directly into the console, but that's not really the preferred method. Most people still prefer the old-fashioned style of miking the amplifier. Oh, here's one. Michael Tannock, 8733, said, Willie's will be pissed when he discovers you did not order from him. Then we all know he never delivers the goods anyway. Fuck, man. Kind of mean. Oh. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, see, and here's Elmo B. He made a comment 4 years ago, and it's edited. And he says, to be honest, when he played them clean, I wasn't really that impressed with how they sound. But then when I heard the dirty, they sounded great. I bet the clean sounds way better in person. Remember, it's going through a shitty little 15-watt solid state Marshall in this video too. This shit floats, so I'll always be okay. What? that was Hello B says at Mr. B. Shit floats, so I'll always be okay. I don't fucking understand what the fuck he said. What? In any case, right? A shitty little 15-watt solid-state Marshall. I'm sorry, folks, but Marshall doesn't make a shitty little 15-watt amp. They make a good-sounding 15-watt amp. They make quite a few good-sounding 15-watt amps. But they don't make a shitty-sounding one. It's never the amp. It's always the player. Remember that. Example, there's videos of Zach Wilde playing through a 15-watt Marshall. And he sounds fucking amazing. Why is it that Zach sounds amazing through this shitty 15-watt amp, but he sounds like shit through the shitty 15-watt amp? Obviously, because he's a shitty player. But that's the level that you got with Detroit Wrecker. And he can claim that he's better. Let's see here. See his most recent video where he's playing guitar. Quick JTM 45 sounds. That was supposed to be a pinch harmonic, by the way. He's already fucking up the song. It's like, God, let it go, man. Nobody's fucking impressed. This is at 451 views 4 months ago. Even without a fancy mic to capture this, you can tell this is an awesome sound. Bright, aggressive. Sounds ready for freaking hair metal album. Sounds awesome, brother. Let me know when you're done. I'm stoked. Hate it when I get bad rectifier tube. Nice playing. 316, holy crap, I'm trying to learn that one. My favorite from Eddie. Thanks for the demo, bro. Did it use KT66 or EL34s in the build? Nice, man. Did you see that Marshall sold to China? Marshall sold to China? What? I did not see that. However, I'm not surprised. These big companies have all become about the bottom line. Strictly from a business stand, why should I pay someone $50 per hour with their benefits when I could pay someone in another country 60 cents a day? This is why our auto parts from Michigan all exist directly over the border in Mexico. You can literally see them from the U.S. side of the border. Okay, Ross Perot was right. Passing NAFTA will make it so that massive sucking sound you hear is the sound of American jobs going across the border. Most people do not realize that all of these auto plants I personally had something to do with were being built in Mexico as we tore them down. They liquidated the auto industry here in Michigan, which they still build cars in Michigan. A few months ago, Headfirst Amplification outed Marshall on the fact that the new JCM 800 transformers were coming from Vietnam. Not sure what the future job situation will look like in the United States when we no longer manufacture anything. Sorry for the rant, this stuff worries me. Fun fact, right? There are still some auto plants in Michigan. What was it? The Chevy plant in, I think it was in Dearborn, that recently closed in 2016, thanks to bad decisions by the Trump administration. Right? They still make fucking cars, right? They still make cars there. These cars are still being made in the USA. It's just that most of the work is automated. See, the automation is what's killing the jobs, not sending shit over to Mexico. Automation. Automation has killed more jobs than any fucking bill. NAFTA, the North American Free Trade Agreement, just meant that we would do free trade with Canada and Mexico. It was a great way for us to increase our business. We were able to expand our customer base quite a bit. Basically with saying, hey, we don't charge you, you don't charge us. Now, as far as outsourcing jobs, right? Well, you're going back to Reagan and the fucking opening up the workforce to export labor to overseas. China, Vietnam, Taiwan, all these other Asian countries where a dollar is a lot of money. So, worrying about Mexico taking jobs, that's fucking stupid. The robots took the jobs. They're still taking the jobs. And with the advent of AI, it's becoming even more and more jobs going to the robots. Now, this was four months ago he said that. 4 months ago. Who was president 4 months ago? Oh, yeah, that's right. He even realizes that Trump is fucking sending our jobs overseas. Fucking shutting us down. Killing the U.S. job market. And he says, why should I pay someone $50 an hour with their benefits when I can pay someone in another country 60 cents a day? Just pulling numbers out of the air. No big deal. But yeah, it is what it is, right? Those factory jobs that were the backbone of America, they disappeared in the 80s. Not fucking in the 2000s and 2010s. Not in the 90s when NAFTA was passed. They disappeared in the 80s, son. You need to really pay attention to your fucking calendar. Oh well. I've carried on for almost an hour and a half now. I think I've said all that I need to say, man. It is what it is, right? Detroit Wrecker will never stop lying about stupid shit. He'll never stop making up bullshit. It is what it is. Peace out.